Avatar the Last Airbender live action just appeared on Netflix this past week, and a lot of people have a lot of things to say about it. Chase, what do you have to say?
It was super above average.
Okay.
I was
waiting
overall, the first episode, fuck, dude, it was kind of a slog. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go with this shit. But they got progressively better all the way to the end.
How did you feel about the character development and stuff?
It was super rushed.
I think that's on purpose.
And I was like, remember how we covered that thing where they were talking about like, oh, we're trying to make it darker. At no point was I like, oh, this is really dark. So the fact that they skipped all the shit that made the characters good from the cartoon was like, why the fuck did you do that? Appa looked fucking dope.
Yeah, I was going to say, did Appa...
Momo looked weird, but
Momo was
acceptable.
strange.
Yeah, he's strange, but cool.
It worked.
I wanted to punch Sokka in his fucking
I was going to say,
bitch
what do you
chin.
think of Sokka?
Sokka pissed me off, dude. But he was still better. It was like more natural acting than Katara was the worst actor in like the whole thing, dude. And Aang
really
overacted
Katara was
the whole
kinda,
time. Let me give you
Aang was a bit much, yes.
Wait, let me look at the fucking thing back.
Was she just like a lot more confident in the cartoon?
Yes.
Oh, she was confident
shit.
in
Yeah.
a
She owned
calming
it.
presence. Like she was the right mind.
Like the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not care for him at all.
They
At
cut
all.
all his funny part, and his necklace looks like someone's big teeth.
The
It
bars
looks
of
like,
soap.
It looks like old.
That's
people
Roman
teeth.
Reigns' teeth right
It
there.
was very distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wasn't totally against it. It's kind of like gives that Eskimo...
I didn't
vibe
hate.
a
I
little
didn't hate him, but I didn't love him either. He fucking bothered, and his lines, his funny lines that they kept in, they fucking weren't hitting at all.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be the comedic relief in that show.
Sokka.
So yeah, so since they took
I
it
think
out,
he
he's just
kinda was.
kind of, but it wasn't in the cartoon. He's like actually funny.
They had Disney vibes about him. You know what I mean? And I don't know if
Yeah.
that's the right vibe they were supposed to go for.
Yeah, but
You know what I
Katara and Aang just overacted the fucking shit out of it. He looks
It
perfect
was-
for the part.
It was just straight reading
Fucking-
off the script.
Yeah,
Aang?
doing all this weird shit with their face.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
He
I
was better than
can't-
her.
I can't let them down again. And you're like, bro, you've been awake for 2 hours. Shut the fuck up. And you're like,
I didn't like how much he complained about how everything was his fault. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
That
how
was
the
annoying.
cartoon. I don't know if that's how the cartoon went.
no.
But it was always like when something bad would happen, he goes,
I could've
"This is all
stopped
my
this."
fault."
So the
This is all my
cartoon,
fault.
it was different because he was like fun loving and he would go around and fuck around. And then when shit got real, he was like,
He got real.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't just be fucking around. I have to get serious.
Yeah.
Because the state of the world is at play.
Right.
So that's what made him grow. This one is just him going like, But that being said, the scenes with Gyatso, fuck. That I almost cried.
Yeah.
I almost cried, dude.
when he sees him in the other realm.
Yeah.
That was
whatever
dope.
It is.
That was dope.
Yeah.
And dude,
That
the
was dope.
CG. So
Yeah, that was
those
dope.
characters existed in the cartoons, but reimagined, I was like, oh shit, they would be absolutely terrifying. Also, Fire Lord Ozai could get it. He's Daniel Day Kim in that one.
Yeah.
Remember when he's all fucking jacked?
Yeah.
Bro, he can get it.
They made him look pretty brutal too, which I
Yeah,
that
but
was pretty
they
good.
also played him down too much. Before, in the cartoon, he was a fucking asshole. He straight up burnt his son and was like, fuck off. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But this, he was like, constantly, like, he talked to Azula and he was like, no, like, Zuko's the one that found her. And, like, he would never stick up for his son
Yeah.
and the other thing.
He
And
treated him like trash most
yeah,
of the time.
and so, like, the fact that they're, like, kind of humanizing him is garbage to me.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
He did still seem pretty harsh. Like he was like pretty much stop being a little bitch.
Yeah, but
Like,
he
that's
did
the vibe
it,
I got
He
off of
did
him.
it better in the animated
In
series.
the animated series,
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
much
they're trying
more-
to humanize him on purpose.
Yeah.
and I don't like that. Appa, fucking dope.
Yeah, good job with that one.
Fucking dope.
Good job with that one.
Momo's face is
Momo.
weird. Zhao is fucking dope.
This
He
guy,
was a good
Cold.
evil guy.
I agree. This guy did an
Blooded.
excellent job at
Yes.
just being
Yeah.
the most like hateable like dude,
Cold-blooded.
like and just being like
My brother pointed out too, though, that like Zhao in the cartoon was more jacked. But I was like, I'll
I
let
look
that
past
pass.
that.
Yeah, I'll look
'Cause he
past
was
it.
good.
But he was like he gave off that like pirate, I'm gonna steal your shit vibe pretty well. You know what I mean?
Means necessary.
Yeah, he was not fucking around.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Ruthless.
I don't know who the actor was. I know I've seen him in a few.
He was
things.
on Lost.
Ken Leon.
X-Men.
Was he on X-Men?
He was the second one, the spike face
Oh
fucker.
yeah.
He did such a good job though.
Yeah,
I
he was
give
really
him
good.
props. You hated him, but you were just like,
I was happy when he was on screen.
you
though.
were
Oh,
like,
he was in
it's about to go
motherfucking
down.
Rush Hour
Yeah.
too.
That's right.
was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
He had blonde
That's
hair
right.
in Rush Hour.
That's what it was.
That's right.
He was the guy who was kicking people's asses. Like
Yeah.
he was like the.
He was fucking up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Hello.
crazy. He was super young though in Russia.
Way young.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy.
Because he
skinny
ain't
for
young
sure.
no
Yeah.
more.
She was gorgeous.
Suki.
Oh yeah, she was that work.
I like the character she did in this too.
Azula, too pudgy, and her gang sucked. Her gang.
I really don't
Azula's-
like her either, and I'm not
Azula's
sure.
gang in the fucking Azula, straight in the cartoon, straight up evil. Like
Yeah.
look, you can even see in the look in her
Yeah,
face.
yeah, her eyes.
Hella
yeah.
evil.
That's evil in, son.
And then her gang that she rolled with was way better in the cartoon.
Was she portraying like a whiny little brat in the show in the cartoon?
No,
or,
the
'cause
cartoon she was like
she
an-
came off
she
as
was that
kind of a
business
whiny brat.
fucking assassin.
Yeah,
Looking
like I feel like she was too much. Like Daddy doesn't look at me enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
You know?
in the cartoon. It was like I'm Dad's number one, and I'm gonna go rub it in your face.
Yeah, I feel like
I thought she was a little
they
bitchy.
weren't portraying it. Yeah,
But it was cool when they showed the blue flame, and then the lightning.
the lightning. Yeah,
Shit got real, son.
King Boomy.
I like that motherfucker. I liked him.
Eh.
I liked him.
I liked how they gave him like huge armpit hair and shit like that too. That shit was funny.
No, that was real because he's Indian. no, I like that actor though. He's in Ghosts, and he was
Never have I ever.
No, he's in the Oh, I don't know what Never Have I Ever is. Jet, they made.
Didn't care for Jet so
Yeah.
much.
Jet.
We skipped over one.
Did we?
No, we got him.
We got him all.
Well, we didn't talk about Iroh.
Iroh.
Oh.
He was too much jolly, like ha ha ha.
He's
And he's
Asian
not
Santa
that-
Claus.
Yeah, it was. He wasn't the worst. Like, remember the episode where
Yeah.
they were transporting him back,
Yeah.
and that iconic one where he like broke the chains and then used the chains.
Yeah.
That was cool. And the guy who plays the guard that kept punking him
Uh-huh.
was real good. Where he's like, "Oh, you killed my brother. Like, fuck you." Remember he
When
took
they
the
were
water?
transporting him
He
to
took
the
the
prison.
water and he was like, "Yeet."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeet.
"Yeah." Nah, he's cool. I also thought Zuko was really good too.
And he was in Star Wars too. Oh yeah,
he was.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, he was.
He was
He
the
was
X-wing
He's
pilot.
the X-wing pilot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the patroller.
Yeah.
But he never really showed. Oh, they did a little fan service though, where he was like, "Zhao, whatever you do to that spirit, I'll do tenfold to you." Like that was the exact line they used in the cartoon.
Yeah.
So I was like, "That's pretty fucking cool." But he wasn't as like wise and lovable in this.
Yeah, I feel like he just curtailed to whatever Zuko wanted
Yeah.
to do. And I feel like he should have been more like a mentor. Like, I
That-
kind of feel like I don't know how the cartoon went, but I feel like he should have been sterner with him. You know what I mean?
The cartoon, he's not stern all the time, but he is much more a guiding mentor.
Yeah.
And like in this one, he just says kind of random shit and it doesn't really fit. But in the cartoon, he says stuff to help him see the full picture because he's a fucking hothead.
And I do give him credit in the show because he does give off that vibe where, like, I'm going to let him make mistakes just to see why you don't do it that way.
Let him learn from what
Yeah.
he's doing.
And obviously, Zuko has that mentality where I'm the prince. I can do whatever the fuck
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just like, well, sometimes you got to do it this way, man, because it just makes your life easier.
They did pay off that
You know?
arc though, where like Zuko's a fucking dickhead to his whole crew, and then
Yeah, he was
the
ass.
crew hates him,
Yep.
Yeah.
and they're like, and then Iroh's like, he's the reason you're alive, and then they had mad respect for him, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. He didn't want to send you to your deaths,
Yeah.
basically. So you're stuck
Like,
on
you're,
this ship
you're
with
the
him,
reason why he's
but
like
you're not dead.
burnt and shit and dishonored.
Yeah.
Cause he could have fucked it, dude. You see that he had the upper hand with his dad. He could have fucked up his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, he was about to get the
Yeah.
business. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yep.
And this client mode's like, well, if they're all women, how do they have kids? And I'm like, well, I think the women are just the warriors.
Yeah.
Right. The women are all the women are warriors in the
Yep.
clan, and the men are just there for their seed.
Yeah. Chained to the radiator. Suki wants snoo.
Well, hey, not a bad
Sign up.
thing. You know what?
Sign up.
Didn't care for Jet.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Jet was.
Jet. Didn't care.
Again,
for
these
Jet.
are like characters and arcs. Gran was the
Gran
fucking
was
worst.
the shit.
Gran
Gran was the
looked
shit.
like she was in
Oh
fucking.
wait,
Gran
we
Gran
have
was
a
the shit.
in
Gran
the-
was the shit.
You mean Gran Sons of Anarchy? Look at that fucking hell no.
Gran was the
worst.
shit.
She was the worst.
Gran was the shit.
Wait, are we
She
talking
was-
about in the live action? Or are we talk like you liked her in the live action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gran was the shit. Not talking sexually there, Chase.
I'm
not
June,
talking.
though?
Now she was that
June?
work. She top notch.
Dude.
She was the shit.
She
Bro.
gave me the what's her name from Mandalorian vibes too, or Boba Fett.
Ming Na.
Yeah, Ming Na. Yeah.
Yeah. And she had that like baboon fucking ferret thing. I gotta say, this show did fucking A1 work when it came to the creatures and animation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck the spirit. Remember the fuck that would give me
The
nightmares.
the faces, the one
The face one, but also the black and white, the one that was the bear
Oh.
in the real, and then
was the like four-armed
yeah,
monster
the
thing.
badger moles.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude! In the cartoon, they're like cute, and I was like, they
Sabine Wren, right? Was it Sabine Wren?
No, Sabine Wren is the half Mando, half
Oh,
Jedi.
that's right. That's right.
Oh, fuck.
That guy did good in that character.
So he gave me the vibes of like, hey, I just got to do what I got to do to keep my family alive,
Yeah.
kind of
Yep.
stuff. But he was
Yeah.
also really smart, right? He's obviously like an engineer.
But he didn't
kinda
seem
like
so
inventor.
smart in the live action. He seemed smarter in
The
the
cartoon.
cartoon.
Way
Because
smarter.
the fact that like Sokka was like, oh, I had this idea. In my view, it's like, no, Sokka, you a dumb fucking idiot. Shut the fuck up. That's not
Fucking
your role.
moron.
Now all of a sudden you're half engineer, half work. Get
Yeah.
out of here, doofus.
I feel like they're still missing some major ones in here, though.
I'll tell you some shit that I got bummed out about. The owl dude.
I like the owl.
He looked cool, but
Yeah.
the episode
needed
that
more.
he was in, I realized too, they mashed some shit together. Like, remember in that owl, remember in the library, that's where they found that fox. And now
That's right.
the water spirit chick was the fox in the spirit realm.
Right.
So they kind of smushed the two together, and I don't think I like that.
Needed more.
Yeah.
Needed more.
Yeah, they didn't even really bring up Gyatso
Gyatso was. Oh, you mean in that
in
article?
that article. Yeah.
Gyatso was good, dude. Oh
Did
shit.
he? Was it pretty accurate to the cartoon? Because
I would say they built him up more.
yeah.
Yeah, because his shit was like, oof.
And then that scene where he sees him again, and he's like, "I'll come back,
I'll
right?"
see you later, and he's like,
"Sure."
Okay, bye.
What did you guys think about like the last episode?
Ooh, the water fucking spirit.
Yeah, with the
That
giant
shit
battle
was
and the water
dope.
spirit.
Oh, I loved it.
Is that all keeping to the story too? Basically,
Yeah.
he kills the moon spirit,
Though
and
they did.
That was different, yeah.
They spent. Okay, so in
They
this
spent
one,
more time.
they stabbed the moon spirit. In the thing, he just like fire blades it. But like, and then Christina and I were talking about this too. The water spirit spent half the time just growling. He was like,
Yeah.
raw, and then like punch, and then raw,
Yeah.
and then punch. It was like you just
yeah,
punch shit. You know what I mean? You could just keep on punching. But that, I mean, it looked cool as fuck. I didn't think they were gonna make it look that cool.
It was more than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. It was way more than I expected.
Especially considering the fucking first episode sucked so hard.
I was thinking, I'm not
I
watching
was
this
like,
shit.
oh no.
I was getting movie vibes
this
out of
is
this. I'm
bad.
like,
Yes.
yes, I'm not watching
was
this shit.
teeter-
So what part of
for
it?
sure.
What part of it was giving you that vibe?
The first episode.
No, I know, but like
the speed
So it
of
starts
it.
off. So it starts off with him playing around, coming down off the tower, flying around, doing his crazy shit. Yasuo giving him the lowdown, like, "Hey, you got to get like serious about this shit." And then the Fire Nation invades, right, and starts killing everybody off, and he's off playing, and he ends up getting drowned.
Because I was
ocean.
excited about the movie, the first few series in the movie,
Yeah.
and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
Like it was like a roller coaster that never picked back up.
And it's not like they
So it
didn't
was
have
like
good
it started and then
actors.
just it went down and that was it. It never picked back up. And I said, "Fuck it! I spent the money. I'm not leaving. I'm gonna take a fucking nap." And I went to sleep. And
How
everyone-
close is the movie to either of them?
The movies, it was bad.
It didn't do any of them justice.
I think some of the inaccuracies were the same because they had to rush through it, right?
because that was a movie.
But the fact that he took some creative differences, like calling him Ong and shit like that, and then the effects didn't look as
The
good.
effects were
It was just
terrible.
like throwing you all the way out. He did try to play it closer to the thing where, like, closer to the vest, where in the movie they tried to make it funny, but it wasn't.
Right.
It just wasn't. Oh yeah, the fucking.
It looks like they did a pretty good
No,
job.
That was-
they did really good.
that
with
was a
one.
creeper. I was like, "Yo, that's dope as fuck."
Yeah, he was freaky as hell, and
Yeah.
then just being like the dream / soul
Oh, let's do
stealer.
this.
And they did a better job in
It's 7 o'clock
actually in
already.
the
Let's do
show
this.
than like seeing why that spirit hated the Avatar and shit
Yeah.
and humans. They did a good job of explaining it in the show better than they did the cartoon.
Okay, this is kind of fun because I didn't watch any of the cartoon, and these guys have watched both the cartoon and the. Emmett, you watched the whole thing too, the whole cartoon? No.
The first 2 seasons.
Okay,
I didn't finish the third.
but I think
There were parts of it I watched. I didn't watch all the way through though.
what were your impressions of the avatars, the past avatars that he meets? You've seen enough probably for the first season of the live action, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah. You know,
Okay, let's start with each one then. Okay, so the wind
Don't
chick,
even talk. Oh, she's.
the waifu chick. How did they? How
Wait, you
well
talking
did
about Kyoshi?
Kiyoshi? Yeah. How did they do with her?
I loved it.
And
loved
the
it.
Dude,
fact
I
that-
love that
I
she got
loved
involved
it.
in the fight too.
Yes,
was
I
so
loved
awesome.
it.
I'm like, I wanted to see the other avatars
So-
like get into it with like the people. You know what I mean?
So
And-
it looked hella cool. I loved the impact of it, but I was like, that discounts the Avatar.
right.
Because then that's not really him doing it. You should have had Logan for this episode. Yeah,
he would have schooled
dude,
everyone.
Logan's seen more Avatar than us three put together.
I
And
think
that
I agree.
boy,
I think we
he
should have had him
watches
on
it
here.
on like fast forward mode. He'll just be like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I know this part, this part." But like, dude, Kyoshi A1 steak sauce
Yes.
was the one.
I think she was a good, but I think they did it on purpose because they wanted him to know what his potential could be when you are able to combine all the
When-
avatar powers
Yeah.
together, right? Like this is what you can do. This is the power you can unlock.
I also like that they didn't do this in the show, and I'm glad they did it in this, where each avatar thought the role was different.
Yeah.
So Kyoshi was
True.
like, you got to be a warrior and you got to
Right.
fuck shit up.
Right.
yeah,
And
people are
then-
gonna die, but it doesn't
yeah.
matter. You got to keep.
You gotta do
fucking
what you gotta
shit
do.
up.
But then
Yeah. Keep it
Roku
going.
was like, well, that's not, and then what was the water one was like, oh, I was dicking around in the spirit world. I don't know what
The
fuck to
water
tell
one
you.
pissed me off.
No,
Why
but,
was you
no,
pissed
but
off?
it makes sense though.
I get that it makes sense, but I'm just like,
You
he's like,
expected
I
more?
can't help you, and he's just like, I'm fighting the spirit world off right now. I got too much on my plate that I can't deal with your shit.
But that made it sense with what Yue was saying too. That
Yeah.
she was like, I couldn't get any guidance because our avatar was off too.
yeah,
And so what he was doing was important because he was bridging that gap with the spirit world, but like she also couldn't get anything from it. That's why she became the spiritual leader of the tribe.
I get that, but I don't think they were explaining enough of what he was doing. Like I was like really lost in like, I get the spirit world is attacking, he has to like keep it at bay and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, why Why is he doing that? And why can't you just give this kid some fucking basic advice about some shit?
I think
he's basically like, you can't do anything. This is just how it's going to happen. Like, and I get he had the visions of seeing the city falling and stuff like that, but it was never like a positive, like, hey, you got to do just, this is what you got to focus on, and that's all I got time to. It was just basically like, yo, I got this shit here. You deal with that. I'm out though, and you figure it out. And it was just, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't mad at it. I was just like, what the fuck was that?
I think
You
like,
expected
you know,
more.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's why they showed them going into the spirit world before, because he was like, the shit that I'm dealing with is the stuff that makes you shit your bridges. Like, there's a reason I'm out here in these spirit streets. Like,
yeah,
that's a full on job. You know what I mean?
And he looked super badass. Like, I thought that guy probably looked the most badass out of all of them.
No, he looked like a raver with fucking
I
icy
don't know.
blue.
So, if you ever played
contacts.
Diablo or something, that's
Oh,
like the
yeah.
druid, like badass druid,
Yeah.
like God of War kind of vibey kind of guy. You know what I mean? And I was just disappointed, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with him too. But Roku was cool.
He was like a funny, jolly kind of guy too. You know, and I wasn't expecting that for the Fire Nation kind of guy. But I know all the avatars are meant to be bringing peace to the world, right? Like, this is before the Fire Nation was like a bunch of assholes, right?
So,
like,
the whole reason why the Fire Nation attacked, and I don't know if they'll cover it in the show, but Roku and Sozin were best friends. And then Roku's the one that told Sozin about the comet.
yeah.
So that's when Sozin knew to attack and shit. And that's why he was... Bro, they were napalming motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I was like... That's why they made airbenders look dumb. Because they got fucking murked.
And they came into their house.
And that's what...
You know what I mean?
And that's with both tribes.
Yeah.
They came in and fucked both y'all up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oof. But the girl at the time, the one that like held them off so that what's his name? Gyatso could be a bitch. she was looking dumb. But he was like,
the one chick.
remember
Yeah,
they made
yeah.
eye contact? He was like, I'm gonna go hide in this house real quick.
Yeah.
You got this? You
He was
got it?
protecting
good?
he was
Y'all
protecting
good?
the younglings.
Yeah, but he voluntold himself to do that.
Yeah,
He didn't fight at
Exit
all.
stage,
He
right?
was just
I
like,
ain't want no part of this
hey,
shit.
I'm gonna go play TikTok with these kids. Okay. I also didn't like how they chose the avatar, because in the show it was like the universe chose the avatar, and it just so happened that he was in the. I mean, they knew that he was going to be an airbender, but it was the course of what Aang did when he was younger that they were like, oh yeah, he's the one. This was like, hey, the Fire Nation's coming. You
Handle business.
Yeah. You seem cool.
You got
So
this.
I didn't like that.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Who are we missing?
My cabbages.
That made
Yeah,
me laugh.
cabbages.
That was my saying for the day.
So that
A lot of people said they love the cabbage reference. The
you know
cabbage
why?
guy reference.
Because he's such a minute character, and they edged you on it because
Yeah.
he was like my, and then something would happen. You're like, oh, they didn't fucking do it. So when they finally did it, you're like,
Yes. Cabbages, baby.
yeah. Yue, oh dude, Yue was gorgeous. In that one too.
Princess Yue.
Yeah.
I thought she did a good job.
She was that work.
I like.
I said what I said.
Yep.
She was that work. You could put me in timeout.
Give me that timeout.
Take that.
Yeah, she was beautiful, but
Washi Tong, dude.
she wasn't no Suki.
They
But
only
you know,
had him in there for like 2 minutes. So in the cartoon, he's like
Who?
the bird, Washi Tong.
oh
He's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
The holder.
When they first go into the
Yeah, but
forest
in the
or-
cartoon, he protects a whole library. So
Really?
that's why, like, he's like, you got to give me knowledge to get knowledge.
See, that's the anime shit I like too. It's
Yeah.
like that weird like owl animal that's just
Oh.
like wise and just like
yeah. So they
you know.
they played him in this one.
Who was the Earth God
Earth God.
or the Earth Avatar?
That's Kyoshi.
It was Kyoshi.
Yeah.
Who? Okay. Okay. Duh. So I'm missing the wind, in which makes sense because
That's yeah. Anyway.
yeah. Okay. So we got all those knocked out. Master Paku and Katara, the whole women can't fight thing.
See, that's why. Like,
But he was getting them paws put on his ass, though. She was giving him the business.
Is that how it was in the in the cartoon too,
Yeah,
where
that
the
fight
women
was
weren't
like
allowed
that.
to fight?
yeah. But so you had a whole season of her learning shit.
To fight.
So the first couple
I feel like they
episodes-
weren't getting enough instruction from people.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they were just magically picking it up out of nowhere
That's
sometimes.
that's the thing that pissed me off is like the first couple episodes, she can barely lift up a fucking porn
Ball
star
of water.
squirter's
Yeah.
amount of fucking liquid, and then all of a sudden she fights that guy, and then and now she can do ice shit like phew, 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 phew. And you're like whoa 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 whoa.
When she got to fighting him, she was doing
But
some wild
I
shit.
get how she learned that because the Earthbenders were doing that with the rocks, and I think she figured out she could do that with the
Yeah,
ice.
but then doing the Iceman skateboard shit, she didn't know that.
Yeah. That's the thing is I'm like, where is Aang learning fucking anything from
Yeah.
right now? Because I feel like nobody's taught him shit.
Well, that's so
You know, and I'm thinking like every time he goes and sees an Avatar, he's gonna like learn a new skill from them or learn like something.
That's the idea, right?
You know,
So he goes-
like
he goes
fucking Mega
nation
Man
by
when you beat
nation.
the boss. You
Yeah.
fucking get their ability, right?
Yeah.
Like I wanted to see that where like maybe he brawls with one of these avatars and they're like, you know, I don't know how it went in the cartoon, but a teaching lesson that actually shows him learning something. And it just seems like they just tell him and then he's like, "Oh shit, okay, that's it. All right, I got it."
well, so
You know, it kind of felt like that. to me.
Katara learns so much that she becomes his like the
Waterbender.
waterbending man, and she
Yeah.
learns, bro. If they get into bloodbending like the show did,
That's
bro.
that shit right there.
So they
But
go,
it seems like Aang is teaching Katara more shit than the other way around.
I feel like right now in the live action they're not really
No one's
learning from
teaching
each
you.
other.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah.
They just sitting there
I
doing
think
shit.
Aang was giving her what he learned from Gyatso, right? Like this is how you learn how to control your bending powers is by focusing in on this and finding that balance, right? Is what he says. So I get how she could like learn maybe more basic stuff. And like really she's just reading a fucking piece of paper and like learning these brand new skills out of fucking nowhere.
That
and I'm
is
like,
how
that's
how
how it
she learned
happens.
it in the show.
Yeah.
At least that one. But they had side quests to go get those scrolls,
right.
so
right.
they didn't show that part.
Ah.
And so like she
It
just
isn't like the grandmother just gives it to her.
yeah, fucking grand piece of shit. I
Don't
dude, I
Don't-
heard
don't
whatever
be disrespectful,
whatever
Grand.
version of,
Stop it.
of Life Alert
Stop
there
it.
is in the
Stop
Avatar.
it. Put him
I
in
ho-
timeout,
I hope,
please.
I
This
hope
is disrespect.
I hope book 2 is. I'm having a heart attack.
Oh my god!
Get out of here!
Put some
And
respect.
she just gets
Put some respect on
beat
Grand
up
Grand.
by seal penguins.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Down with Grand.
Monica's favorite shirt that she had that I loved was Club Soda, not Seals.
See, that's why I want to play Power World, dude. I just want to go beat up on some Pokemon. But yeah, so I think Aang isn't learning anything, but because he already had all that shit, because he was a hot dog when he was an Airbender.
He was already.
early
I
on.
mean, they made it obvious that he's talented.
Yeah,
right?
so he's not learning anything, but the shit that he's doing, he can get by with, because he's like he's a master at air already.
Right.
So he doesn't need to learn anything because he's doing all the air shit.
Right.
And that's what I thought it was cool that they had that line in when the water dude was like, when Paku was like, okay, you could hold it down up front and launch the counter offensive, and he's like, well, that's not really what airbenders do.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
we're more defense.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of a bitch.
This is
I don't really
defensive
do
shit
that.
we do
Yeah.
here.
That is kind
And
of
the way
like,
he was looking at him
well,
when he
the-
said that, she's like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, I guess in like they're like the Buddhists, right? So like
Yeah.
that is like the Buddhist mentality.
Yeah.
It's always like
Defense.
self-defense. It's
Yeah.
not ever
We don't attack.
aggression, right? So I kind of got that. I was like, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? But like, you are playing defense,
Bro, if you ever
like
get-
you're keeping these fucking flaming balls of fire from hitting a city. That's
Right.
defense. You know what I
If
mean?
you ever get the chance, when the cartoon first came out, so each bending discipline is based off of real martial art.
Yeah.
So the guy that helped create it was he taught them all the martial arts of those individual sets, and then there's like a breakdown of like which one's which and based on the moves, and then you see it in the animation, and it's like, oh, it's fucking beautiful, man.
I gotta say the fight scenes were pretty good.
The bending was sick, dude.
And
Yes.
when Zuko fought his father, I thought that was one of the better fight scenes in the whole show. Even though, I mean, I wish he punched him in the face like at least a couple times, but he kind of like held back, and that's probably that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Like,
But
that's,
like,
if you were fighting your dad when you were 14, I wouldn't swing at my dad like that. Like,
yeah, it'd be hard.
Because you knew it was coming back.
You knew it'd come back around twice as hard, right?
Yeah.
But at the same, I mean, no, I got it. But that was still one of the sickest fight scenes, I think, in the
that
show.
was a good one.
dude, that opening scene where he's running with the scroll, the information,
Yeah.
and then he's like doing the earth bending and shit. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it was like one earthbender versus like 3 or 4 firebenders.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
The earthbenders are the coolest, though. I don't know how you beat an earthbender when they can literally just trap your feet in fucking rocks, and then what the fuck are you going to do?
Yeah.
Then they can just lift up a rock and smash you.
Dude, and then in Korra, they
Just send you away with it when
Yeah.
you're stuck to
Yeah.
a goddamn
Yeah.
rock.
wait till you meet Toph, dude.
Yeah.
Toph, if you like any of these characters, Toph's gonna blow you out of the water.
Yeah.
Because she's blind. She's an earthbending master, but she's blind. She's like a kid too, so she feels everything with her feet.
Right. That makes sense.
Dude, she's the fucking coolest. But yeah, her daughter becomes because Toph discovers mental bending at the very end of the series, and then when Korra starts, it's already 100 years in the future. So her daughter or granddaughter, it's her daughter, is the chief of police in Korra's universe.
Okay.
And she's a metal bending chief of police. It's the fucking sickest. She's the coolest.
Also, I agreed. Someone else said this. Some other like Instagram. Somebody said it where the water bending shit looks so weak. Like when they got hit with water, you're
It's
like,
just like
it looked like someone was
balloon,
throwing like a bucket of water at
Yeah.
somebody's face or something, you know. And you would have just been like, most people would be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Like, yeah,
you
that's
know,
an inconvenience,
yeah.
but it's not gonna kill me.
Yeah, you know, like I wanted to see like some Sub-Zero shit where they're like fucking throwing blades of ice and shit through you, you know, like that would have been fucking dope. But I mean, there were a couple times where they did kind of stuff like that, but most of it was just splash, splash.
Logan's correcting all of your
Oh
inaccuracies.
no!
Here. Okay, what?
Okay, well, Logan
Yeah.
has that right to do that to me for sure.
What's
I don't
the
know.
education bender telling me that I missed?
Yeah, what are we missing
he
here?
did punk me, dude. When that comet came, I was like, "Oh no, that's Roku's comet," and he was like, "No, that's Sozin's comet." I was like, "No, Roku was the fucking Avatar."
We really
at the
needed
time."
Logan here. I
Oh,
think.
dude, he.
I think we missed that one.
Yeah, he. Oh, dude, he.
Y'all can circle back.
Okay.
knows.
well, we can circle back around to this in a later show, but I'm just giving my impressions, just coming into it like blind. You know what I mean? Well, not totally blind because I watched the show, but just from my point of view, is seeing what
70 years.
not 100.
Ooh.
You're grounded.
Time out.
But I think they made the waterbenders look pretty weak. I thought the girl wasn't like.
Katara.
Yeah, I think
She's
Katara. I think she was too soft.
So I think that
Like,
they could have made the waterbenders look cooler. So then when the moon went down, when they all fucking shit the bed, it would have looked better.
And that happened in the cartoon, right?
Yeah.
I did like the like how they made the scenery look for the kingdoms and stuff like that. I thought that was really well done. The
Phenomenal.
Visuals,
Phenomenal.
the visuals were on point.
Yes, phenomenal.
Anytime there was a fight scene or like elemental shit going on, like they did a really good job. I love the way the fire ships looked. I know it's kind of a weird thing, but I love the
They
way
did
the
look
fire
good.
ships look.
Yeah.
They look fucking dope. They had that like pagoda fucking tower on these motherfuckers, and they were just plowing through shit. Yeah, I thought the bad guy pirate dude did a really good job, and then Commander Zhao did a really good job, and then yeah, I don't know. Fire Lord Ozai, I don't know enough. They made him look pretty brutal, but I don't know if they made him look brutal enough.
I think they could have did more with him.
Like
They
when they
tried to
light
humanize
straight
him
when he
too much.
straight lights that dude on fire that was trying to like assassinate him.
I expected more from that.
They didn't
going
show
forward.
much of
They
it,
didn't show more, but
but
from that, I was like, okay, he's about to be fucking people up this whole time,
Yeah.
and it just didn't.
it
For
just
me,
didn't land.
it didn't
Yeah.
land for me. I expected a lot more than that.
Yeah,
It was a good start.
yeah. I thought the girl that played Mai just kind of looked like a whiny little brat.
Yeah.
You know, like
her Azula's gang, they didn't hit. Mai was the one. She was quirky. She was the acrobatus, and she could like
Yeah.
turn off your pressure points. So
Oh,
she was
whoa.
like a fucking assassin in the show.
Yeah.
She was just like, people try to fight her, and they like, the thing with like bending is that you have to have chi and all that shit.
Yeah.
And she would just turn off their fucking. They would just go like.
So Mai
Out
was
to
the
the side.
sister, right? Mai was
No,
one.
she's just like a homie.
Oh, she's. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
And then
but
the
I think
other
they made
one-
it like they made her look like the. Yeah, so Daddy doesn't think you can do this, but you know you really are the best. You know, like, and I'm just like, what is this? Like fucking Mean Girls? Like can
kinda-
we?
it did feel
Can
like
we?
that.
You know, like can we just like be serious about this for a fucking second? Like
Yeah.
it just like it didn't hit the right way for me. I felt if you're pissed off, like, and she was like fucking people up, but Azula was fucking people up, but I feel like she was more cunning. You know, it seemed to me like from what you guys are telling me, she's a more cunning like character.
Cunting.
You said it,
She
not
Time
me.
was
out.
a
Time out.
fucking
Time out. Not because he's wrong, but just listen to that shit.
Yeah,
See what I mean? Time out. Time out.
She was a fucking.
like I feel like she's like an undercover. She should have been like an undercover badass instead of a more whiny brat daddy's girl.
And that's in the cartoon. Every time she showed up, you're like, oh, fucking this bitch again.
yeah.
Oh, the fuck.
No,
dude,
but I
the
love
fuck.
that. Like,
Yeah.
like just be that
Like,
person.
oh, it's about to go down.
Because they in the
son.
cartoon they barely survive by the hair of their ass multiple times.
Yeah.
Because she's about that action. Whereas like Zuko is like a nice kid, but is trying to do something that like he doesn't really want to do. He just
He's got a
to
lot
do
of
it.
growing
Yeah.
up to do still, right?
Yeah, and he does.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job with that. Because he was still pretty badass. I love the scene where he wore that blue samurai mask, that fucking mask,
blue
and came in
spirit,
and
man.
took Aang out of the prison and stuff. So I thought that was a pretty dope scene, Ashley, where they like teamed up together and fucked people up.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty cool. So
And
I don't know.
thought it was cool too. That it was like that. What was that? What's that fable? Like the frog and the snake or something like that, where like the snake's trying to get. It's like an Aesop's fable.
Oh, when they're talking in the
Yeah.
shack,
So and he's
right?
like, oh,
afterwards.
I still have to like. Yeah, you just saved me, but I'm still gonna bring you back. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, maybe we could be friends. And he's like, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna fucking get you.
And
Like,
he's like, oh, okay, I'll put you back to sleep now, and I'm gonna leave.
like, yeah, go back in your boat. Bye.
That's very anime-esque, though. Like to be like, well, maybe we can, chill and be friends. And the one guy's like, are you crazy?
Yeah,
Like,
I fucking hate you. Yeah.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
like, no, like, I gotta take you back. And he's like, nah, I'm just, you have fun over here. I'm gonna go save the world. Okay, you have
Yeah.
fun with your Fire Nation peeps. So I got a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's fair.
60% on Rotten Tomatoes. Is that?
I
But
would-
85% of Google users said they liked the show. So
Yeah,
what
that's-
range is that in the range?
Yeah, I would say 7.2 overall for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, that's 6, 7 out of 10. Yeah.
Okay, and just Rotten Tomatoes, because kind of fuck Rotten Tomatoes, but
Yeah.
people are so harsh on this kind of shit. Obviously, if you're a person who watched the cartoon or the show, the original show, you're gonna be a lot harsher on it, I think. And for you to say 7.2,
But even
I think
I'm,
that's
like,
saying a lot. And I can say like, I'm in the 8 range. I'm in the 8 range. There were my qualms about it, but I think it was visually a beautiful show to watch. Like, there's no reason. Like, even if you didn't entirely like the story, just watching it was kind of cool because you wanted to see where they went next.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you wanted to see like, oh, what's the Earth Kingdom like? What's the Fire Kingdom like? What's the Ice Kingdom like? You were just waiting for that next thing to come.
And I gotta say, there's like small shit to gripe about, right? Like, I've obviously already aired my grievances, and they're like, they had like compositing issues where like yes, for the most part, everything looked gorgeous, but when stuff stood out, it like really stood out.
Yeah.
If you're looking for it, but I was like overall entertained, and it means more to me that someone who hasn't watched it, like you, liked it, because that's who's gonna bring more money and eyes into it, so that the next time, like the next season, they make it even better.
I think they'll have enough momentum definitely going into a second season.
I don't know how they plan for that though, right? Like,
I have no clue because I haven't watched the original, so I couldn't tell you. I could tell you, all right,
No, I
he's
mean,
still
like,
got a long way to
no.
go, and obviously they. Well,
what I'm talking about is like how they measure where they're gonna make a second season, like what metrics are there based on this show, whether they greenlight another season or if they already started shooting.
I bet they started
because
already.
they said that Aang kid is already like his balls dropped.
Oh,
So it's like,
yeah.
hopefully they shot it all when they did, because his voice is already like changed. And I'm like, ooh.
There was a lot of excuse me. There was a lot of I know there was a lot of speculation going into this, and I know a lot of people were kind of turned off by the fact that like the creators backed out of the show, right?
Yeah, I was mad about that.
So I
Hey,
think
This shot tastes like PTO.
what the fuck?
so BB-saurus and Logan on the other end. You guys are aficionados as well. What do you guys good with the second season coming up? Like, are you? I mean, you probably already told Chase.
Bro, here's the thing. My kid has ADHD.
Get anything. Give
He
me,
was
get-
he was playing on his iPad while we were watching the show.
What?
Like, the show was moving too slow for him.
Yeah.
He was like playing on his iPad and like pseudo watching.
But I
it.
feel like things like these, they always try to speed them up, which is the funny thing about it.
That's not like, I don't know why they came out with that. We wanted to be like
One Piece was completely like, let's move through the shit. Like, let's get through.
Do you fuck with the One Piece Netflix?
Yeah,
I tried.
it's hard.
I tried. It's rough.
What's the hangups on that one?
Slow.
It's 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
And
So I started watching episode 1 and I got to like 8 and I was like, I'm done. And then one of my homeboys was like, no, keep going.
yeah,
He said, I think he said it starts hit in like 18. I said, bro, I can't even get to fucking 18. He said, just skip. He said, just go and shit will pick up. It was something, it's 18 or 21, somewhere around there. He told me it's going to get good. He said,
yeah,
it's not a waste of time.
Wait,
and I never,
the anime or
the anime.
Oh,
yeah.
The anime.
It
Because he did say it's a
is
lot.
slow,
It's
man.
a lot of fucking shit
But
to watch.
that's like that Dragon Ball Z effect, I like to call it, where it's just like one episode could take, like they do it in one episode in the live action, but that was literally like 6 episodes.
Yeah, like one
Yeah,
fight.
like the buggy like the whole buggy thing.
Yeah,
That was one episode, but in the anime that was like 7
that's like
fucking
7
episodes.
episodes.
So yeah, of course it's gonna be rushed, and that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, yeah, they're gonna rush through it because they can't cover every nuance
Right.
that like the anime is like a fucking book, and these things are like the movie adaptation shortcut version.
The rush
shit.
through it was.
Yeah,
They rushed through it, but it
was
was overall good.
Oh yeah, she pointed that out in the thing too. Like, remember when he goes to Avatar State, and she's like, "Aang." In the cartoon, they had already
What'd she do?
"Aang, Aang." In the cartoon, they had already built that relationship.
Yeah.
But if I was going full Avatar, and some fucking rando, I be, fuck.
What was this? Where was this?
No,
Last
remember
episode.
when he discovered when he discovered Gyato's body and he snapped.
disregard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
And then she had to like talk him off
Talk
the
him
ledge.
out of it. Yeah,
And then
bring
I
him
was
down,
like,
son.
"Be gone, bitch!" Whoosh. I'd have hit her with, "Shut up! Don't talk to me. I'm mad."
When he went the first time he went full on
Yeah.
Avatar mode.
And that's the thing in the cartoon, it took everything out of him. So he like,
I was surprised by how quickly he recovered by some of that stuff too. You know, like even when he took that monster form in the last episode, and then he like comes back to normal, and then he's just like, oh, that kind of sucked, but
Yeah.
I'm okay. You know, it's like most animes, you'd be like, the person would like pass out.
I need a sensu
and not wake
bean.
up for like,
Yeah.
3 days or something like that. You know what I mean?
Sensu bean.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
She's right. So, yeah, I think
Let's do it.
Sokka was the worst too because he didn't. They just kind of talk to him like he is a warrior, but in the cartoon, he's a fucking bumbling idiot.
Yeah. I feel like that's what he should have been, but they made him more Disney character-ish. Which I say Disney character-ish in the sense where he's like a lovable idiot. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like kind of
See,
thing.
and that's the thing is like with the sexism shit, it's like you're like, dude, you're fucking dumb. Like the first almost whole season. So then when he does get punked by Suki and all that, you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, like he's learning, he's catching his lickings and he's learning. So then like
And I'm like, how is Suki attracted to this guy? He's such a fucking goofball.
because maybe he's like,
Suki's like the hottest chick in the whole
well,
show.
doesn't she call him like her like dainty little fucking mushroom flowers or something like that?
Little bitch boy.
Yeah. Suki
Like
wants
this,
snooze.
like Suki's like one of the most badass chicks. Like, you know, she's slicing people up with fucking fans and shit.
Dude.
Which I was very disappointed she didn't just straight up like behead some motherfucker with one of those things. Because all she did 90% of the time was block fireballs with it. She could have like chunk. Like, what if she threw that fan and like 5 guys' heads just popped off in a row? Like she hit them all on the line and it was just like, doo, 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 doo.
That'd
Like,
be so
you know,
fucking
dude,
dope.
that would have been
But what if
sick.
she just like caught Katara on accident and like the whole
Yes.
that'd be kind of cool.
Like if
Hey,
what if the
this
show
one's for Grand.
was more I know it's a kid's show so they can't really do it, but what if they made like an MA version of this show where literally she's just slicing and dicing
Just murking
fools?
motherfuckers. That'd been
sick.
dope.
I'm here for that.
That'd be so dope.
in the cartoon / the books, Kyoshi divides the whole island in half.
What?
Like that's how powerful she fucking splits it. Yeet. Like,
How it go?
Yeet. Dude, dude, Kyoshi's that. If I knew how to read, I bought the novel, but I never read it.
I gotta say they made her look like the most badass Avatar though.
is
Out
cool.
of all of them,
Hands down.
they did a good job of making her look like the most like I will fuck shit up Avatar.
It helps that she's 7 foot. Definitely helps.
That's a big bitch.
Take that.
Yeah. What?
I thought
Sorry,
it
I'm
was hella
stealing
funny
it now.
at the end when they're all flying away on Appa. First of all, it bummed me out that they didn't fuck with the sea dragon. Or what was it called? So in the cartoon, they go to that island, and the island has like this big ass, basically like Gyarados in the area, right? And then everyone's scared to go in the water. So then Aang goes in the water because he's like trying to show off, and then he gets caught up by this dragon. He's like, "Oh fuck!" and he barely makes it out
Yeah.
with his life. So then when the Fire Nation attacks, the whole village is on fire, and he goes back to get that sea dragon, and he makes it like he turns it into like a firefighter. Like he makes it like spray the whole town down.
Yeah.
So that's how you put out the fire.
Oh.
So it was like, oh, like I was kind of bummed that they cut that out.
And that should have been in the first season.
But I did think it was cool when they're flying away and like Sokka's playing with the fan. It reminded me of like, you know those scenes in like 90s movies like Clueless when like a girl's on her tummy and her legs are in the air. She's like talking on the phone and like twirling the cord.
Yeah.
Like Sokka's playing with the fan like, my girlfriend got me this.
Let's be real. That motherfucker wouldn't have left that island. That's the hottest girl he's ever talked to.
That you ever seen in your life.
Yeah. He would have been like, you guys have fun on your
I don't know, dude.
crazy adventures. I'll just chill here.
Later. But as of right
You-
now.
Yeah.
As of
You?
right now.
I don't know.
Does he go back and have a relationship with her?
With Yui?
No, with
No, he ain't
with
fucking
Suki.
no fish.
No. Dude, and
hey,
you,
Yin, I'm gonna show
and-
you my yang.
And he gets Yui when this, what was it, Hakoda? Like this badass Jason Momoa looking motherfucker comes out and he's like, yeah, we were supposed to get married, but
oh
didn't
yeah,
work out.
she totally passed on me.
And I'm like,
For you? For you? Yeah, that shit.
This dude look chiseled and tan as fuck. This guy's living in the ice village, and he's got a tan darker than you, motherfucker. Like, what the shit? This guy look like he sits on the beach on a daily.
Oh shit.
He look like Jason Momoa, man. He look like a fucking Aquaman.
Oh, you know what's sick when Katara and Zuko fought each other? I thought it was hella cool when she iced him up to the neck, and he was like,
Oh, that shit was dope as fuck.
They
like,
mentioned
that
it
was
too.
dope.
They said he said, "Remember your fire breath.
Yeah.
It'll get you out of a tough situation."
oh,
Do you remember?
Iroh said that?
Yeah, Iroh said that to him.
I don't remember that.
That was dope.
Yeah, he said
that
that
was
to him
dope.
because he said that to him on the ship before he went and did his little sneaky
his
attack.
his
Infiltration. Yeah,
He looked
but
like
he goes,
Storm,
"Remember." He literally says, "Remember your fire breath."
He looked like Storm Shadow from G.I. Joe. That's kind of cool.
Coming up through the ice.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
No, just like that all white getup.
Oh yeah, he had the sickest outfits out of anybody on the show too.
Yeah, his armor. So one thing, like, did you ever watch Titans on HBO? The like live action Teen Titans show.
Yes.
I hated it because all of their armors looked like padded foam.
Because it was.
Yeah, but it looked like it. In this show,
Look legit.
Their armor looks sick.
Yeah.
Zuko's shit looks sick.
Yeah.
Like,
The
even-
Fire Nation people had the coolest fucking outfits.
Yes.
And they
Agreed.
didn't even bring out, dude. They have Komodo rhinos
Yeah.
in the cartoon. If they bring those motherfuckers out,
Game over.
game over. Game over.
Who's Long Shot?
That's an X-Men.
Why is that even here? Someone's just stuck that in there.
That's fucked up. Well, maybe because of the actor?
Yagoda?
Nathaniel what?
Was that the woman
Nathaniel
who was
Kong.
teaching them the healing techniques?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, also Jed's gang was cooler in the cartoon.
Yeah.
They just kind of like glanced over them real quick.
Lost Boys, dude.
That's
Lost
the
Boys.
vibe they get. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the cartoon too?
The cartoon is more like Lost Boys. In the show is kind of like, these are my friends.
I got the Lost
Okay,
Boys
bye.
vibe from it. Though.
Yeah.
I did.
Rufio.
Yeah. Like he was Rufio. Yeah.
Don't bring that up. Christina can get sad.
Why?
She still wanted Dante Bosco to be Zuko, even to this day.
Oh.
Dante Bosco's damn near 50 years old, but he still looks like he's fucking 14. So she's like, because she had a crush on him since we were like young. And she's like, man, he could have been it. Because that's the original voice of Zuko, too.
Who were you saying they better not do wrong before the show started? Was it Iroh? I think Iroh was the one you were saying you don't want them to fuck up.
I don't want them to fuck up Iroh, which they didn't fuck up, but I'm not stoked on it. But Toph.
Ooh.
Toph is someone who I hope they don't fuck up.
What are your thoughts, Emmett?
I went in with my eyes closed due to the fact I don't want you fucking with my damn anime.
Yeah.
They fucked up the movie. So I'm at work. I watched everything at work except for the last 30 minutes of the last episode I watched at home. So I really enjoyed most of it, but
Any last thoughts on the Avatar shit?
No, it was really good. I hope the new shit comes out. Like, here's the deal.
Dark Tyrannus. There we go.
Was it the perfect fucking 1-to-1? No. Was it super entertaining? Fuck yeah. Was it the best thing out right now? That, like, it's one of the first things that I've been excited about being released. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah.